I was watching this video the other day, and it was just a little snippet of a song. It's a catchy song, and we're about to hear some of it. But I'll give it that much. It's catchy, if unoriginal stylistically. But the video was done in a rather cheap sort of way because it's a young girl like in her 20s. It's a very oversexed video without being without really being honest about being oversexed. She's just sort of dancing around and singing, or probably lip syncing, really. But she's got a very short skirt on, and the camera is like below her, and so you're sort of course you think to yourself, boy, it's gonna go up underneath. So at some point we're gonna get a peek, and you're not thinking that because you have a dirty mind. You're thinking that because you know the camera is just that low. It's like, what is going on here? Why can't we get a little bit of distance um, from from this site? But then people say, "Oh, you dirty mind for thinking that," which is kind of that kind of put me off immediately um, from the song. But we're gonna listen to a little bit of the song right now, and because I have a few things to say about it, and it's representative of it's a song that's certainly one of a type as far as thematically speaking that we often hear female singers singing, and these kinds of songs are probably recorded by female singers because they're meant to appeal to female listeners. So the the uh, the singer's name is Alexandra Porat. I don't know. I've never heard of her before, but I guess she's sort of just trying to make it in the biz, and maybe this video is what's going to put her over the top. I don't know. We'll see. Um, the song is called "Face Like Yours," so let's listen to it, a little bit of it together. You're so unoriginal for leaving me on red. No, you peaked in high school, but it still gets to your head. How can only take you as far as my butt? Well, at least we got that. Okay. Hot can only take you as far as my bed, but at least we got that. There used to be a time where you kind of had to be a little more euphemistic about, like that you just hopped in bed with somebody, uh, you know, on the first date, or maybe it wasn't even a date, that, you fornicated so brazenly uh, with someone who you didn't know that well, but who was hot. Um, there was a time when you kind of, I mean, it's always happened. I'm not in denial about the fact that it goes on, but there was a time when we had this thing called shame, uh, where you thought to yourself, oh, that really wasn't such a great thing to do. I want to do a song about it, but let me just phrase it in a way where it's clear what I did, but maybe not crystal clear, right? So you put it slightly euphemistically, but here it's just like, it's 2025. Hot only takes you as far as my bed. Well, at least we got that. And she says, "You're so unoriginal for leaving me on red." Um, that sounds like rationalizing, doesn't it? Like, you know, she's been left on red by him. He's slept with her and now he's done with her. Uh, and she's saying, "Ah, the joke's on you because you're unoriginal, and I'm noticing how unoriginal you are," which just seems I don't know, seems like kind of sour grapes. Is that the right expression? I don't know. Let's continue with the song. It's not your fault, your looks are ridiculous. Just your fault, you're not living up to it. Oh my god, it's right at your fingertips.
It's not your fault your looks are ridiculous. It's just your fault you're not living up to it. Um, so the premise there is interesting. The premise of that couplet is, and I'm willing to guess that Alexandra wrote these lyrics herself. You know, I don't know. Just something tells me. Something tells me that she probably did. Maybe with the help of somebody who's a more seasoned songwriter. But um, it's so the premise there is, you know, if you're good looking, if you're a good looking person, then you should live up to your good looks by being uh, by being a husband material. Essentially, you're not living. You know, you left me on red after we slept together. Um, you know, you're. It's not your fault that you look so good. In fact, that's great that you look so good. But you know, you're not living up to your looks because if you were just an ordinary looking guy, you know, that would be one thing. Then I wouldn't expect so much of you. But because you're such a good looking guy, you know, you really should be uh, uh, open to having a long term commitment to me, uh, even though you know, I let you into my body without any kind of struggle whatsoever.
Oh God, I wanna die, what a waste like yours.
What a waste of a face like yours. I get that a lot, frankly. You know, you're really, Andy, you're really wasting your face. Your face is uh, has such potential, but what are you doing? What kind of life are you living with that face of yours? You know, I think that's actually something that was meant to appeal to me. So I appreciate that. But again, the premise is here. You look good, and so it's a waste that you're uh, you know that you don't want to commit to me. You look good. You, you should back that up with with commitment to me, to willing with a willingness to be my long term boyfriend, perhaps my husband. But instead, you've wasted your face. Uh,
You're so you're happy when you speak about yourself. I love watching you talk, but baby, listening is hell. You seem so good on paper, but you're boring as Excel. And that math don't add up.
all right. I don't know if I can handle this much longer. Um, this is really getting to me. You look, you look so great. You're so trigger happy when you speak about yourself. I love watching you talk, but baby, listening is hell. See, I think she thinks she's getting in these little digs at him. Uh, but I mean, he got what he wanted and he left. You know, you're you're the one holding the bag here, sweetie. Hate to tell you. Um, yeah, you seem so good on paper, but you're boring as Excel. Oh goodness gracious. Oh. And again, it's catchy, but God, the math don't add up. I don't even know what that means. All right, let's just go a little longer with this.
It's not your fault, your looks are ridiculous.
just your fault. You're not living up to it. Oh my God, it's right at your fingertips. It's it's right at your fingertips. It's right at your fingertips. Uh, you know, if only like surely you must know it's right at your fingertips to be someone who would commit to me uh, until I get tired of you. But instead, you just uh, sleep with me and then ghost me. Like, but it's right at your fingertips to do better than that. Why don't you do better than that? Because he has options. Because guys who look that good have options. And generally speaking, this goes for both men and women. When you have options, it's harder to, or it becomes more of a temptation to just sort of, I don't know, take a sample of this, take a sample of that, and not commit to anything. Because you don't really, there's no real consequence for it, except that girls like this, write a song where they get mad at you, and but they still they're mad at you because they want you to commit to them, and you don't want to. I mean, and again, this is not it's not a woman thing, except that women are so much more selective. So what you find is that again, this song is a perfect example of it. There are plenty of other ones like it as well. What you find is women getting jaded on men, women getting really angry at men, when who they're angry at is the subset of men, the tiny sliver of men who they find desirable enough to want to be with in that way. And they say that's just what men are like. And you see it just it get replayed over and over and over and over again. Now, are men any different with women? No. I mean, men let women who are really really attractive, really desirable, get away with murder too. It's just that with men are a little more generous, as to what they find desirable. But the idea is the same. Basically, if you are someone who's desirable to the opposite sex, then you can get away with murder. Basically, maybe literally murder, but you can definitely get away with sleeping with someone and then ghosting them. And she's not even that like I think she partly knows that it was a mistake to have slept with him, but of course we live in a time where you're just supposed to you're not supposed to shame women for doing irresponsible things, because that's just sexist. That's slut shaming and blah blah blah, etc. etc. You know how it goes. Yeah. Anyway, that's Alexandra Porat's "Face Like Yours," and that's my review. Kind of catchy, but ultimately not that great, and just more of the same. But what can you do?